That's cool. Just did it. Welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Feels like it's been a while, but we gave a kind of a rest on Monday, given all the action that was taking place last 16. So it feels like a perfect time. Wednesday, all the last 16 games are finished. We know our quarterfinal lineup for Euro 2020. So let's get straight into it. But let me introduce the man first. What are you saying, Jalil?
Yeah, man. Good, man. Good to be back. Good to be back. We've been watching the show, watching you boys do your thing, man. So, yeah, it's good, man. I was watching you boys the other day when I was with a few of my fellas, and I was like, oh, cool. Do I miss these boys? Do you know what I mean? I should have been there, but you boys held it down, done your thing, man. So, yeah, good to be back, man.
Yeah, man. Obviously, great to have you back. Obviously, even though it was just like once, but yeah, it's still great to have you back. It feels like forever sometimes. But yeah, man, Jeff, what are you saying?
Yeah, all good, man. Refreshed in that after Monday off. So yeah, ready to talk some football stuff. I know there's gonna be a lot of England stuff going on today, right?
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of England stuff. Obviously, so you know what? Let's just get straight into it. Not waste any time. Obviously, Rash will be joining us shortly. But yeah, man, England beating Germany. I think Jalil was mentioning before we went live. I think it's the first time we've beaten them in a knockout game since 1966. So, significant, huge milestone, no matter what round of the competition it is. Raheem Sterling leading from the front, getting the decisive goal to put them 1-0 up. And then Harry Kane sealing the victory to make it 2-0. And obviously, just in between that, just before Kane's goal, there was Muller's 1-on-1 chance, which it just felt like a seismic moment. It just felt like one of those things I was like, okay, wow, maybe it is England's day. So yeah, obviously, Jeff, I'll come to you first because you were unsure of England before the tournament. So what are you saying now, man? What are your thoughts on the Three Lions?
First of all, I'll start with congrats to England for winning. It's a big win. I'm still not that sure. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it just don't matter anymore because the biggest obstacle is over. This side of the tournament is, I wouldn't say easy, but it's easier than the other side. So now that Germany have been overcome, like similar to the World Cup route, there's a route to the final which is viable. So it can happen now.
Yeah.
Didn't think for a second that they would beat Germany. I'll be honest. I've been saying that for a minute. I didn't even think they'll make it out of the group stages until I found out that only two people go out in the group stages. Yeah, man. Salute to England. The game was. So we were saying it just before we went live. It was a game with fine margins, not two halves. It really was like small margins. Like first half, I don't remember many clear-cut chances. There was the 1-1, which people were saying he definitely should have scored. I don't think it was that easy, personally.
It wasn't a definite, but he could have scored if he just chipped it.
But even that, like, how close he was to Pickford, the chip could have just been swallowed up easy. Like, it wasn't the easiest chip in the world. So
yeah,
I don't know if the shot he chose it wasn't like categorically wrong to me anyway.
Yeah,
but there was that chance. There was Kane's overstretched chance, like when he took it inside, which I don't think he could have taken first time. Personally, I felt like it was a complete overstretch. And then there was that, and then really England in the second half. I remember what like you said. I think there was like two chances apiece. Really, Muller being that miss is huge. That miss. You don't expect him to miss. Like
no,
he's probably the most decorated German player ever, right?
Yeah, I'd say he's probably up there. It must be. He must be.
Because Muller's been playing as long as I can remember. Like, how many World Cups and stuff has he been in? 3, 4?
Yeah, about 3, 4. Yeah, same thing for the Euros. I think probably the same amount.
Yeah, so he's probably one of the best players ever. Like, and in the past 18 months or so, he's been on fire. Like, he's been playing really well. So that chance, that was a huge miss. Like, I think Pickford did all right. just to
Yeah,
be big and come out and make him shoot
he
early.
did.
But he still left a big portion of the goal open. So you expected Muller to go and score, and he didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, England, Sterling scored another one.
Yeah.
Grealish changed the game for me when he came on, as he does. It looks like Southgate again got it right by not starting him, but you could argue that he should start. I don't understand. Grealish played in the last group stage game and played really, really well. And he's come on again and played really, really well. So he warrants a start to me. If you keep changing the game, you should start.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, he had a part in both goals. Kane, I think we mentioned before we started, Kane was poor again. Just looks very, very lethargic. I thought he would have woken up by now. He hasn't.
No.
But he won't be dropped. We even saw that Calvin Lewin didn't even make the bench. He's probably the only natural number 9 behind him. Rashford is there. I can't even remember if Rashford even came on. I don't think he did, if I remember right.
Nah, I don't think he did. Nah, he didn't.
I don't think he did.
No, he didn't.
But yeah, all in all, yes, it's a big win. Just for mentality. England, we know England rarely beat Germany. From 96 to World Cup, and when Lampard scored that goal and it went over the line and they lost 4-1. I can't remember what year that was.
2010.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just for settling some old demons. It's a big win for them. And then who did they have next? Ukraine,
yeah.
It's an easier ride than the other side of the tournament. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, would we say that Ukraine are on relative terms, the worst team left?
Yeah.
Who's left? There's Ukraine, there's Czech Republic, there's Switzerland, Italy, Belgium, England, Spain, and who's the other team? How can I forget a team?
I thought you named 8.
I thought I did, but I think I didn't actually, because I said Ukraine, England, Czech Republic, Switzerland, Spain, Belgium, Italy, and Denmark.
Denmark, that's it. Yeah.
Denmark, and Denmark are decent actually.
I'd
say I personally think the worst team is either Ukraine or Switzerland. I know Switzerland beat France, and we're going to talk about that, but I think that was largely held by France. That was held by France a lot. Because we also saw Switzerland against Italy lose 3-0 convincing.
Yeah, I really don't understand. Well, I do understand what happened, but it shouldn't have happened. That was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
We'll touch on that, but obviously Rash is still not here, so let's give the platform to Jalil. He was back in England.
Yeah.
Well, from a month before the tournament started, he was saying, "Hey, back the boys." Everyone was like, "Nah, what you on about? You smoking crack, Jalil?" He's like, "Nah, I'm staying consistent with it." And you can see he's trying to be the humble. He's trying to keep the smile, and he's struggling. His white tee, his white tee shining through. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, go on, man. Jalil, go on, man. It's your day to boast, bro. Go on.
It is. For people on this podcast, I don't mind. It's obviously Jeff never really rated England, so I understand where he's coming from. I'll always understand where Jeff's coming from. Obviously, you, John, as well, Rash. But it's just people when I've been in group chats all weekend, and obviously England's been talking of town and that, and I'm looking at group chats, and this is people that support England, because I know you don't really support the guys like that. So
you know what? I don't mind England. I'll just come in there very quickly. I don't mind England. I actually quite like the players that they have right now. I think it's more the media, the whole narrative they put out there. I don't like, and I think that's what puts me off the players subconsciously. I'm trying to get away from that, to be fair, because it's not fair on the players. Because they get the brunt of it, and I think a lot of people do that subconsciously. And I think me and Jeff are coming from the same place with that. So
that's exactly.
But you're good with that, Gillo, because you're able to overlook it, which is good.
No, that's facts. But you guys make sense. When I have conversations with you guys, You make total sense in regards to why you don't rate them. And I'm like, okay, I can see it, but this is why. Other people will not see it. Like they're just dead. Or how do they get past?
Oh,
you've got to give them.
Yeah.
Like, this is my thing. You know what I'm about. You've got to give them some credit. Southgate credit as well. You guys give him credit today, which was actually quite pleasing to see. Yeah, sometimes he gets it wrong and stuff. He's not the most attractive. We haven't got the most attractive player stuff for England. Like, but there are players that we look at, like you guys have mentioned, Grealish. Even though Harry Kane's having a stink, you mentioned Harry Kane, Sterling. The boys, you mentioned them, but like, what I'm saying is, we've got so many good individuals. Surely we can make something out of the team here. Do you know what I mean? I'll be honest, Rice didn't really have the best game a couple of games ago, but he had a good game yesterday, for example. Like, that yellow card was quite scary to see that at the beginning of the game. I was thinking, I just feel like money. I just put a 3-0 bet down for England to win, and this guy's on the yellow card. You know, mate, do me a favour. Do you know what I mean? So I was scared, to be fair. But all in all, I'll just keep it short, man. I knew that we was going to beat Germany, because this is not the same Germany that's been peppering us. When you look at the individual players, the same way I said, look at the individual England players have all been doing very well this season. Every single one of them has been doing well. But when we look at the German players, yes, they've been doing well, but then you've got people like Werner up top.
Yeah.
Rudiger's coming in, he's been good, but I'm not gonna lie to you, he's been shaky since Ronaldo did that, flipping over the hill and then went like that. Do you know what I mean? He's been shaky since then. German Ginter, whatever his name is, Ginter.
He was shaky.
What does the kids say these days, man? Put on the screen. See what I mean? Sterling had them on the rope, bro, and then Sterling still doesn't get the ratings he deserves. This is what I'm saying, like. I'm looking at all the papers today and I've seen Harry Kane on there, and he's only scored 1 goal, who's meant to be our talisman, but then Sterling's the one who saved us. Not once, not twice. His first goal yesterday, bro, I'm telling you, it's so mad. I'm so confused with what's going on. Like, I'm baffed. I'm being honest with you. But all in all, as you can tell, I'm very happy. England's made it through, man. You know, I'm very happy. And looking at the cliche, I think, you know, initially, I think every single one of us would say, fit the back. F that, bro. We should have matched them. But at the end of the day, when you look at matching them, it's just another clean sheet. Who else has done that in the whole tournament? No one team has kept a clean sheet other than England. It's showing you that just because we don't have the best centre backs, the formation works. If it's 4 at the back or 3 at the back, it's working somehow. So I'm pleased with the boys, man. It's pleased with the boys. I'm still not saying this is coming home, because we could go fucking far away on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? And it'll all be for nothing, but I'm very happy we beat Germany, man. It was like a bank holiday yesterday. Everyone got smashed. I was with the family. Everyone's birthday, you know. We've done business, man, and I was very happy to watch it, you know, and see the comments after, go to the group chat, just, you know, bit of spy. When I call so now you rate them, or that. Do you know what I mean? So it's nothing like I told you so to the guys I'm speaking about in the group chats, but I'm just trying to say have faith, man. You know, be positive, man. Forget the negativities, and that's all it was.
Yeah, no, well, very well said, to be fair. And I think the point you made about the defense, as you said, sometimes you don't have to have the best names on paper, but you can still have a good team structure. And that's what England had yesterday. Obviously, one guy that we haven't ridiculed him, but we've called him out sometimes, is Maguire. And I thought he was brilliant yesterday. England's best defender. I thought he was superb. I thought he was excellent. And it's just about giving credit where credit is due. But obviously, Rash joining us in, big up Rash in the building.
Rash.
So obviously,
you man, all right, yeah.
All good,
man. All good. Obviously, Jeff and Jalil have given their piece on yesterday's game, and I think I'll come to you. And I think Jalil set it up there perfectly on Raheem Sterling. I think he up until that late Kane goal, he'd scored 100% of England's goals. Yesterday for me was his best. Yesterday for me was his best game of the tournament. In some of the other games, you could say he scored, but was a bit so-so. But yesterday, he tried to carry the fight. He played like a captain to me yesterday. And I think, I guess it's just to touch on that and the whole thing about the newspapers. You know, ironically, the only newspaper that has him at the front today is The Sun, which is an irony in itself. And I think I saw a quick reel from Michael Dapper before, explaining how the whole process might have been going down. I suggest you guys check it out in terms of deciding what went on the front pages today. Because all I remember is, for one thing for sure, is the newspapers had no problem putting Sterling at the front page for the gun tattoo, that he had a reason for no reason. There was no reason to have him front page. Like it was literally out of the blue, front page, gone tattoo on his leg. So, but now they can't have him front page when he leaves from the front from England. So, yeah, man, talk to me about Raheem Sterling. Ash.
Well, you know, Raheem Sterling's my guy. You get me? Bare ratings I've got for Raheem Sterling. Do you know what I'm trying to say? At the beginning of the tournament, even I said, do you know what? Maybe he shouldn't be a starter for England because of the type of season that he had last season. But he's shown himself. As we were saying, look, he's proven the doubters wrong. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you're supposed to do when you're a top player. When you have a poor season or if you've had a poor game, you hope that the next game or the next thing that comes along, the next season or the next tournament that comes up is that you prove yourself. And that's what being a top footballer is all about. It's about constantly improving, exceeding the expectations and doing what you're supposed to do for the club that you're playing for. And he's really shown up for the tournament. As you said before, the previous games, he wasn't amazing, but he did what England needed to do, which was put the ball in the back of the net. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was him alone and his goals alone that got England through to the next round of the tournament, you know, the playoffs. So watching him play yesterday, man, it was good to see. It's the Sterling with the captain armband. Do you know what I'm trying to say that we saw? It's the one where Pep puts his trust in him and says, you know what, you go and lead the line and you make sure that you go and get the team in order and do what we have to do and you lead from the front. And that's what he did. He had the German defense under pressure from the get-go. You know what I mean? Him and Saka was putting them under a lot of pressure. I thought even the centre midfielders was good. I think Rice had a good game. I think Phillips had a good game as well. As you said, Mags had the best game. He had the game of his life. I couldn't believe he was dribbling the ball and taking on players from the back. Do you know what I mean? And then playing the ball forward, looking like he's gonna lose the ball, but he didn't. Do you know what I mean? He'll get that last pass in, or if he's gonna, he'll concede the foul, so England will be able to get the free kick. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, England played very well, man, and Pickford is playing very well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I have to say, even at that last chance where Muller could have ran through and got the goal that could have changed everything. Pickford, he came out, made himself big, and that's very distracting for a player who wants to pull it on target, especially someone of Muller's caliber. You think he'll pull it in the back of the net, but he did enough to make sure that it went wide. So well done for Pickford, you know what I mean? But yeah, Raheem again, like he gets England out of trouble, and it wasn't for his goal, that Kane wouldn't have even scored. Yeah, because it created a chain reaction. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When someone already has scored and now the Germans are trying to go for it, do you know what I mean, to get the equalizer so they can stay in the tournament, it left more gaps at the back. And it was actually the same kind of play that got us the second goal as well. Gosh, did I just say us? Got England the second got England the second goal as well. Out wide to Grealish. Similar movement to what Raheem did for the first goal. Kane actually imitated the same kind of movement, going pulling the defender a bit forward, going backwards, so he stayed on side, and then moving forward again, the ball coming across and him being able to get it on his head. Like it was a good performance, I believe. First half was really good. Second half it died out a little bit. Do you know what I mean? There was a bit of 20 minutes or so where you think, okay, the Germans could have a chance to pull it back if they stay at it. Werner did worry England a couple times by breaking through the lines. Do you know what I mean? But you have to give it to the England team. They've been consistent at the back. They've really they've got a good understanding between the goalkeeper and the defense. The centre midfielders as well, they're doing their bit, whether it's one has to track back and help with the defense and the other one help with the attack. Do you know, Rice and Phillips, they seem to have a good understanding together as well. I think Walker had a really good game as well, because he got thrown into it. Yeah, man, overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with the performance. Well done to England, man. You know what I mean? They did this thing. They did their thing. Well done to the boy Saka. Well done to the boy Grealish. You know, well done to Raheem Sterling. And finally, Kane. He's got the monkey off his back. Got a goal. Do you know what I mean? Let's hope that he can bring it in the next few games and bang it in. But I really do think that probably against the Ukraine, we might see the emergence of Rashford and Sancho for that one. And the other guys get a little bit of a rest from the start. But yeah, well done, England. Well done.
Yeah. Well said. I think, you ended it perfectly then saying, well done, England. I think, I think no matter how you may feel about how it went, you may say, oh, I didn't play that good in my perspective, or you say they played amazing. The end thing should still be well done. That should be how it ends, They did the job, and they limited Germany. Whether we like it or not, Germany's best chance came from England giving it away. And I think it would have been so cruel if it would have been Sterling to give it away after he spends 98 minutes trying to carry the team, and then he has one sloppy moment, and then boom.
You know what would have happened, boy?
Yeah, it would have been a crucifixion.
Front page.
He wouldn't have made it out of Wembley, bro. He would have been shot.
It would have been a crucifixion, and like you said in regards to how the media are. I mean, like I said to the missus, I said, I bet you, the only one who's going to make the front covers of the newspapers tomorrow is going to be Kane. Regardless of Sterling's performance, regardless of him being consistent for England, I bet you he's going to be. And like you said, ironically, it was the Sun who put him on the front cover, the ones who was really trying to get onto him about having the gun on his leg. This time it's okay for any Englishman to have Guns N' Roses all over his body, do you know what I'm trying to say? But hey, we're not going to really get into that. But, just, you just got to know that the media, they don't really change their colors, their spots, should I say. What they say, leopard don't change their spots.
Leopard don't change
you know
their
what I'm trying to say?
spots,
So it's like, they change the agenda. So they're not coming for his head, but they don't change who they are. Do you know what I mean? And if they had an opportunity to put one or the other on the front cover, it was going to be Kane. You know what I mean? So it was expected. It was expected.
Yeah, 100%. I think what you all mentioned about Sterling's leadership, and I think, to be honest, we probably shouldn't be surprised by that, because when you look at Sterling, he came through at Liverpool so young, performing already under pressure. He came out and said, "I would like to play for a better team at a young age." Crucified for it, called him a money grabber. After that, he had Euro 2016, where I've never seen an England player killed as much as he was at that tournament. Like, that was literally that was bullying. That was literally bullying what he went through at 21 years old. So he's had to come back from so much. The gun tattoo incident, so he has had to build character, unfortunately for him, from people that are supposed to be supporting him. So big up to him for that and overcoming him. He's a good example of for a lot of people. So respect to Sterling for that.
Look, sorry, just to add on that, look, you find that a lot from the people who come from places like him. He's from Jamaica, do you know what I'm trying to say? And what a lot of people don't understand is that the Jamaican culture is that it's very family orientated. There's a lot of grandparents, great grandparents, mother, and you're always taught you're going to have to try twice, 20 times as hard as anyone else just to be accepted on the same levels as the average Joe. Do you know what I mean? And don't do anything that's going to try and discredit the family, discredit yourself, and have respect for yourself and show good character. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's a perseverance that is embedded in boys from the Caribbean. Do you know what I mean? From our parents, so it's nice to know that he's taken that weight on his shoulders and he's holding it like a man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Big up to Sterling.
Big up Sterling. Big up Sterling. Big up the opinionated Gunnar. Yes, my bro. Big up you, man. Hey, good to see you, man. Looking forward to some of those Arsenal videos coming out. Actually, probably not. Arsenal are madness right now. Let's not talk about them. England convincingly beat Germany for me. Sterling and Calvin Phillips stood out the most. Shame for Saka, though he didn't have the best of games. I thought he had a decent first half, tried his best, wore out a little bit, but he tried his best. It was the biggest game of his career, so for a lot of man, it was the biggest game of their career, so we have to remember that. Big up KD in the building, as always, saying Jeff might not be so mystic as we all thought.
Did you think I was mystic?
Boy.
I think it was because you got the Champions League final right in it. Remember?
Oh,
you said,
I forgot about that.
Well, yeah, you didn't get quite so right in this one still.
Definitely.
But yeah, all right, let's do some quick player ratings before we quickly discuss the Ukraine game, look ahead, and then we're going to touch on France. So, Jalil, Pickford.
So Germany had nine shots yesterday, five on target. So we've got to give him an 8, innit? It's a big game, probably the biggest game of his career as well. I know you said Saka, but I think it's the biggest career game for majority of them if they didn't play a couple of years ago. So
yeah, 8. I agree with that. Jeff, Kyle Walker, right centre back of a back three.
Not mad at 8.
Yeah, I thought it was solid as well. And Rash Stones.
Yeah, I think Stones had a 7.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say he was just a bit less than Walker and Maguire.
Yeah.
Jalil, Maguire.
Maguire, yeah, he's probably the best out of the back line, but yeah, he can still hold at 8.
Yeah, he was brilliant. And then Jeff, Trippier.
It's a difficult one, actually.
Yeah, he's a difficult one. I wasn't really that happy with him during the game, I can't lie.
I'm going to go with, might sound harsh, a 6 for Trippier.
I kind of agree with that still.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I'm not mad at that. That's the only person that I can't put a clear score on. So, Sorry.
He put a couple of crap balls in free kicks and stuff, and it should have been better. Do you know what I mean? Didn't get too much down the line as well.
Above average.
Above average.
And this sums it up. The opinion of agreement saying didn't do anything really. That kind of sums it up. He played. He
always puts a good, for me, he always does good on the corners and free kicks and stuff. But it's just that he's off and on the ball play. He's a good dead ball specialist, don't get me wrong, but on the ball and stuff, like, it's not really appealing.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's crazy to think Trent wouldn't have started. I actually think Trent would have fit in perfectly yesterday.
Perfect.
Yeah,
his type of game.
100%. Rash on the other side, Luke Shaw, Mourinho's best friend.
Yo, Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw had a really good game, man. He was up and down the pitch. You know, I'm trying to say he was collabing with the rest of the players in the attack as well, and he was getting back for the defense, and he was very aggressive as well. Love that, man. I think he deserves an 8 as well.
Okay, 8 for sure.
I would have given him a 9.
You want to give him a 9?
God, for me, he created the most chances as well. Sorry, I've done the stats in that, boys. Sorry, Sam.
We can tell.
It's good still. Like, homework, innit? That's what it's about.
Yeah, man.
For me, you can see it as well. He was involved, and then obviously that assist and all. I would have given him a strong 9, man. It was active. You can tell why he made the squad, and you can tell what kind of season he had as well for United. So, but yeah, I mean, I mean, Rash gave him an 8, but I think 8 or 9.
I don't mind being overruled.
Yeah, I don't mind. I would have probably given him an 8 as well, but a 9 I understand because he did get an assist and he won the ball back for the second goal. So you look at that and you say, you do that and a clean sheet. How can you play better? Literally get a goal. That's the only thing you can do, really.
And left back shouldn't be your biggest creator as well, but he was active.
Yeah, 100%. So Jalil, Declan Rice, the man who gave you a heart attack after 2 minutes.
Should have got a yellow card early, man. That was, to be fair, I'm giving him a 7. I'll explain why. Does Goretzka get in and he doesn't, pull him down? That 1-0 changed the whole game so early. They sit back and then we would have come back. Then they would have proved all their haters wrong. I think he done the right thing. And plus, his professionalism to stay on that yellow card until he got subbed off for Henderson, it proves something. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go 8. Sorry about the 7. I'm going to go 8 for Declan Rice. Plus, this is his best game for me this tournament. So, yeah, I'm saying strong. Yeah, I'm saying 8.
Yeah, he stepped up.
Drink some water, bro.
Yeah. What happened there? Yeah, he definitely stepped up yesterday. You know what the thing was is that he was on that yellow card, but you never thought for the rest of the game, ooh, you might be tempted to take him off now. You never really kind of noticed it, to be fair. Yeah. So that's fair play to him. He was good still. What about Phillips? What are you saying, Jeff?
Probably get 8-2. He's on a yellow. Did well throughout the whole game. Pretty accomplished display. Didn't look phased by playing against Cruz and them man there. Yeah, I'll say an 8.
Yeah, 8's fair. Yeah, I think there's a lot of 8s. Rash, who's next? Well, we're from 3. So let's give you Sterling, man.
Sterling, I think he definitely had a 9 out of 10. I reckon I reckon he got a 9 out of 10 performance. He was up and down. He was creating chances, never gave up. Do you know what I mean? And when the opportunities did come, it looked like it was going to come through him. So yeah, man. Nothing much more to say about the guy, man. He had a wicked game. Well done, Sterling.
I agree. Yeah, I think a 9 is very fair. And Jalil, someone on the same level, Harry Kane, a 9 as well.
Oh, I was hoping you give me Saka, man. Oh, I got to do this.
I can give you Saka if you want Saka.
No,
I'll take Kane if you want.
Yeah,
I'll take bloody Kane if you want.
No. Let me do a second, man. Yeah, for me, he played well, man. I don't know who was on that left side because he was on the right. I don't know who was on the left side, but as the kids say, he got put in the split. This guy couldn't handle him, and I know everyone's like, "Oh, he's a bit quiet," but he was doing the business, bro. So I'm gonna make it short and sweet. It's very short and sweet. Just give him a 7. He's done really well, man. Done well.
Yeah, I'm not mad at a 7. And then Jeff.
Can I just add to that as well? Look,
go on. Yeah, go on.
When he finally got on the ball in the first half, you could just see a confidence radiating from him. It was like he does this for fun. And when he done the defender and the centre back as well, once or twice, you saw even Rudiger saying, "Nah, I'm not pressing this guy. Let me chill 4 yards. Let me chill 4 yards off of him because I can't keep getting done by this kid." And he wouldn't lose the ball. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Unless he played the ball on accident somewhere else. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But when he was dribbling, he wouldn't lose the ball. And if he got tackled, he would actually end up still with the ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think like he had a really good performance. I think he was the first person in the England squad to get on the right foot. Do you know what I'm trying to say, look, come on, let's go. Do you know what I mean? He was the initiator of all of that. I think he played really well. I mean, I would have gave him an 8 even for the little performance that he did, even though he came off, because him on the ball, he just looked like he'd been there for years, man. He's miles above his age in this professional football thing.
Mentality wise, yeah.
I mean, just to go off that, you look at a Champions League winner who kept a clean sheet in Rudiger, who was having issues with a guy who carried Arsenal to 9th or 8th. I don't even know where we finished. It goes to show you that this guy is probably bigger than Arsenal, and this is why I put him on a massive pedestal and I expect a lot from him. That game just proved it, man. He was asking someone else to go cover Saka. Saka. And then even when someone couldn't catch him and he done it run, and obviously it's really good turn to go catch up to him, he tried to shield him up, like he tried to shepherd him. Do you know what I mean? And he came back.
Rudiger was wrestling him. He had to wrestle him.
No, but he still got the ball. Like, it doesn't make sense. And then the ref goes and gives the free kick to Rudiger.
Yeah.
Like, he could have him. Like, get off of me, bruv. Like, bro, I'm very happy with him, man. Hopefully these days, bruv, it doesn't get gassed by the whole, papers and socials and that, and goes off to Chelsea or something. Do you know what I mean?
Look, as long as he's got that contract, he ain't going nowhere.
Thank fuck for that.
You know them one there. Arsenal did well there.
Listen, right, we can't even talk about our youngsters right now. Aston Villa are trying to take away Smith Rowe, so it just shows where we are.
He ain't going nowhere either.
He ain't, but the fact they're trying to take him from us, they're just saying we've got no respect for you. That's literally what Aston Villa are saying. It's madness. Also, I can't blame them. I can't blame them.
Also, this is why when I tell people, if you support a player in the England squad, you might as well support England, because everyone was gassed when Saka touched the ball. When you say when the Foden and Saka thing came up, the debate a couple months ago or something in the season, everyone was like, yeah, Foden's better. I know hands are saying I was like one of the ones who said it, but I said Saka could get better, but at the moment Foden's better for me. I've been proved wrong. This guy brings more to a team than Foden does because
You're changing.
oh, Bob, I have to because the argument was this. Okay, you put Saka in Man City. You'll probably get the same performance out of him. But would you get the same performance out of you put Foden in Arsenal and ask him to carry the team? I said I don't know, and I'll stick by it, I don't know. So for me at the moment, Saka is better than Foden.
Jesus Christ.
You lot, it's not. You know what?
Listen,
I don't know. It's not mad, but
Is it not debatable though?
It's debatable. It's not mad. It's not mad. To be fair, it's not.
Listen.
It was a debate before. To be fair, it was a debate before. So yeah.
Word on the streets is Saka's better than Sancho.
Boy, no.
Oh God, this is what I'm saying about social media.
I'm just saying that's what I'm hearing through the grapevine. That's what I'm hearing through the grapevine.
You put Saka in Dortmund. Does he get the same numbers as Sancho?
No.
Yes or
no.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not gonna get the goals.
Hold on. Let's just make one thing clear though. He doesn't have to get the same numbers.
He doesn't. He's a different type of player. He's a different type of player.
No, they play the same position. I think he does. I think in that league and in that team specifically, the players you got around him, if you don't get equal to the numbers or better, then you're not better than Sancho. Sancho has to work hard, and plus he was out for a few of the games in the season. For me,
can't say stats don't drive everything, but yeah, the Saka and Foden thing, like 2 games don't change it for me. Foden was better at the end of the season. When did the season finish? May. It can't change 30 days later because Saka had 2 respectable, solid displays. Like it can't work for me.
And Foden had 2 bad games though. Not bad, but not great games. So.
And he had a very, very good season. Like it can't just.
He had a great season.
But this is like when like the reactionary thing. Like people say Kane was off form. No, he's just playing. But like he hasn't been playing too well. Off form. Like he just came off great form. Like. How can you now all of a sudden 2-3 games later be completely off form and dead? And yeah, Kane's finished. Like the reactionary thing is a bit mad for me. Like because don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Saka, but like I said it a few times. I like to wrap him in cotton wool. Don't put too much pressure on these young players' backs. Not everyone's Mbappe. Like Mbappe is the guy who can put a country on his back at 18 and do the damn thing. Not everyone's like that. Like Saka is a player who even got lucky to play for Arsenal when he did. Going through a bad time, he came in at left back. He's played really, really well in the past 18 months. That's not to say that he doesn't need to still be wrapped in cotton wool. Foden's different. Like Saka is not better than Foden to me. Saka is a very, very good young talent, but Foden is one of those players who in a year's time, we could be talking about him in a whole different spectrum for me.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I was just going to say very quickly before I come back to you, Rash, is I like how Jeff broke it down there. One thing I would say with Saka, and I still think Foden's better than Saka. One thing I would say with Saka is that he keeps surprising. I wasn't sure. I'm already seeing things in him that I didn't know he would have been able to do in terms of how he's able to play on the right and carry that ball. That's why his stats may not be as good as a Sancho because Saka's more of a ball carrier, and ball carriers, as we know, they may not get as many stats, but they will draw 2 or 3 man to him and make the space for everyone else. And Saka was kind of doing that yesterday. So that's what I would say about Saka is that he keeps surprising. So while we all can speculate what Foden can reach with Saka, it's unknown because we wouldn't have guessed that he would be this good already. Because he wasn't hyped at the Arsenal Academy. When he came out, did we know about him when he started playing left back? Way we were hearing about Sanchez, and all these men back in the day.
You don't hear about him like that.
You don't hear about him like that. At all. So for me, where he is now already says everything about him. So I don't know where he could be, but it's definitely a debate.
Yeah.
Go on, Rash.
Go on, Rash.
Sorry, Joe.
I agree with Jeff in regards to he needs to be wrapped in cotton wool, and everyone's not supposed to get too gashed, you know what I mean, and hype him up too much, you know what I'm trying to say, because you don't want it to go to someone's head, and plus you don't want that pressure on his shoulders as well to think that he has to perform at a certain level all the time, otherwise everyone's going to turn on him. So I agree with that. But I probably was the only one on this panel that actually said I think Saka is a better player than Foden, and I still believe that. I think he's got a little bit more to his game. I think Foden's got more technique. Okay, I think he's got more technique in his game, you know what I'm trying to say. But I think Saka's got more to his game. I think he's got a lot more in regards to dribbling. I think he's a bit stronger player than him as well. He's multi-positional as well. I think whereas he draws the players out as well, he also swings a good ball in as well to get players onto edge. I mean, he's got a good few assists as well coming in from that right side and the left side. I mean, his work when he was working on the left side with Smith Rowe was what made Smith Rowe get the names that he kind of has got right now. So I still think he is a better player than Foden, but they're both amazing players and they both got amazing potential. They got the potential to be like the best in the future. Do you know what I'm trying to say? The carriers, the flag bearers for what's to come after the Mbappe hype is gone down, or maybe they can even be contending with him on a different level. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And in a different place in the future. I see a lot of potential from them guys. But yeah, man, I just think the kid is something else. Yeah, he came back as left back, and yeah, no one even heard who he was when he first came, but he's seen his ticket. He took his shot, and at the moment, he's going from stride to stride, strength to strength. And yeah, we had a dip of form in the last part of the season, or should I say, mid part of the season last season. He kind of was coming back towards the end, actually. But that's what happens when you're young and you're putting so much pressure, and you know that you're carrying a team that there's other people that should be doing their roles as well in it as well. And I think it was good that he had that dip in form because it kind of took the pressure off of him. It made him not start every game, and the pressure wasn't on him so hard. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, like I think it's a big future for them both. A big future for them both. But yeah, I think techers wise and in regards to build up play, passing and moving and doing those things, yeah, Foden has got his number on that stuff. But I think Saka just brings a little bit more to the game because I think he's just got a little bit more attributes than Foden does. My opinion.
Yeah. Well said. And yeah, it's a good debate, and I think we'll see how the debate develops over the years. It will be interesting to keep an eye on it. Obviously, who they play for will end up making a difference as well. Obviously, Foden's much more likely to keep winning trophies. Saka at the moment, it's unclear what the future holds for Arsenal. Hopefully, we can come back to some semblance of what we used to be, so then he can have a higher claim. But it's good for him to be playing for England. But yeah, let me just read out some of the comments before I go to Jeff quick before he has to leave us. Big up TOG saying Sancho's overrated. I can't lie. Overrated. Saka doing would kill it 100%. In that counter-attack league where there's so much space in behind, Lord have mercy. We heard more about Smith Rowe than Saka, but for me, Saka has become extremely important for our team. Without Saka, our team would collapse, and I agree with you, John. There's definitely more left in Saka. Yeah, I just think I don't know how good he's going to be because, like I said, he's already shown me things that I didn't know was in his game, like could be in his game. Like, and
one thing he has over the rest as well, he's a ball winner. He's a tackler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? The others don't do that. The others don't have that in their game.
He's got more of that defensive side.
He needs a position. Yeah, that Sancho going to Man United agreed in principle, right?
Oh, okay.
Finally got over the line.
Finally.
No wonder. That must be because obviously you guys all know Falak, one of our big supporters. She messaged Real Ball Talk on Instagram before the show saying finally it's done, and I was thinking, what happened? She's a United fan, so yeah, that explains it. Well, yeah, listen, people, it's been about 44 minutes of good talk on England. No one can accuse us of any negativity. We've tried to be as fair as possible, give credit where credit is due to all the players, giving good, fair play ratings. So, yeah. Hopefully
did we rate Kane?
Oh, no, we didn't. We didn't, Jeff. Kane.
Oh, 6. And that's only because he
Yeah.
scored. Otherwise, it was a pretty poor display.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet on that one.
Yeah. That's probably all he deserves. I think he's got enough spotlight already in the front pages today. So, but yeah. So people, make sure to smash the likes. Go on, Rash.
Jalil, was you gonna say something as well?
No, but I'm gonna hold it because I know Jeff's got a cut, man. So I'll say it after. I just want Jeff to say something about France before he cuts.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Just before Jeff cuts, obviously France 3, Switzerland 3. They lose on penalties. It's all madness. Xhaka's dropping masterclasses. Pogba's scoring worldies and dancing and going out. And Mbappe's missing one-on-ones, missing penalties, looking frightened before. When I saw his face before the penalty, I'm like, this guy's missed. Like he literally could not hide his nerves. Like he couldn't, so it was bad for him. But sometimes you need to go through that in football. But definitely. Jeff, quick chat to me about France, man.
France showed us why they're the best team in the world and why they've been shaky in this tournament, all in about 25 minutes. That was ridiculous. At points, they scored 2 goals in 2-3 minutes?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
And some of the football, you're thinking, those 3 goals, there's nothing Switzerland could have done about it, in my opinion. Those goals were some of the highest quality, great goals. The way they opened up Switzerland was great. But we also see that defensively, they are a complete mess. Like, me personally, Varane is, don't get me wrong, still one of the best defenders in the world. But since watching Varane against Man City last season, I've had a different outlook on Varane, me personally.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't like Sergio Ramos, but he doesn't look the same without Sergio Ramos. So that gives me the impression that he's not a leading centre-back yet.
Yeah, so Janelle was right about Ramos, isn't it?
Leader. They call him El Leader, isn't it? So,
El Leader. Wait. I need to go that before.
When Dave, the Spanish guy who supports, Dave, my mate, who supports Real Madrid. He said they called it something like El Classy Leader or something, but I said, is it El Leader? He said, yes, I want to go with that. So
El Leader.
That's mad. You can't say L and then Leader, bro.
That was mad. I thought it was just me that heard it. I was like, El Leader? That sounds mad. El Leader. Hey,
I didn't even add an O at the end, man. He didn't even say Lidero. He just said
yeah. El Lidero.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
And to brush up my Spanish, that's for sure.
Yeah, at least you got the L part right.
That's funny, man. But yeah, Varane is, even if he gets signed, because there's talks of him going to a lot of places this summer, I think people probably have the outlook that he is a leading centre back, like one of those where he ushers the defense. I'm not sure, because he's probably the leading centre back out of him and Kimpembe, and we saw how that went. Kimpembe physically has all the attributes. As a player, no. Just no. No. Like, if I was playing against Kimpembe, I'd love to play against him, put it that way.
100%.
Because one bit of intelligent movement or someone who just thinks a little bit quickly, he's done. He's finished.
Done.
And that was proved. Like, he got that third goal. I can't remember who scored it, but Jesus Christ, you shouldn't. Why are you on the floor like that? You can't make money down there, my guy. Get off the floor.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. But yeah, man. No, very, very well said. I can't lie. The way you said it, France showed us everything in 25 minutes.
Yeah, even like Pogba has been the best player of the tournament so far, but even him in little moments, like I think at one point I said, like, is he injured? Like, he was just walking around for a bit. Like, it's like, what's he doing? Yeah. And then you see why he plays. Like, that goal was not many people in the world are going to score that goal. I'll put it that way. Like, Pogba is he's one of the most frustrating players for me because he's amazing. But I will say that he is used as a scapegoat because it came out a lot in the past day or so that this person's arguing with him, this person's arguing with him, and they didn't have great performances either. Rabiot wasn't great. Whoever else,
Hazard was bad.
Hazard was awful.
Hazard was awful.
Dreadful.
Awful, bro.
Oh my god.
Awful.
Yeah, like he'll be lucky to put on a front shirt in the next 6 months. He was dreadful.
Man.
But yeah, no, just before I go, I'll say on Mbappe, like I think not scoring early probably affected his tournament because he played well for 3 games. Even yesterday, on Monday, he played well in spurts, but you could tell that the goal was really, really on his mind and he wasn't getting it. And as a result, like when they really, really were counting on him, it just wasn't coming with it. And I don't think he works with Benzema. Like Benzema is way better than Giroud to me, but because Giroud's so unselfish and willing to not score goals himself, it allows him to bring other people into the game, and that's kind of why people like Mbappe, Hazard, they love him because he'll sacrifice kind of his game, and he'll take slander for stuff that he doesn't score enough goals, but he's putting chances on a plate for you. And I think Mbappe like kind of suffered. Like, don't get me wrong, like he's still the best player out there. Young, like after Ronaldo, after Messi, it's him. It's him and it's Neymar. Pick who you want out of that. But yeah, every player has their knockbacks. Like Ronaldo had his knockbacks in 2009 final. Messi's had numerous in his career too. This is just his first. Like everything's kind of been plain sailing for him when he plays. Like they went out of the Champions League, he didn't play the second leg. So this is kind of like his first real knockback. Didn't come together, but it's not going to have any like standing on his career. He's still going to be a future GOAT, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, well said. And obviously appreciate Jeff's got to rush off now to play football. So probably let you bounce, my bro. So we'll see you on Friday, innit?
Yeah, man, Friday, definitely, boys. Enjoy, man.
In a bit, Jeff. In a bit.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Peace. But yeah, man. So Jalil Rash, obviously Jeff broke it down well there. Obviously talking about Mbappe going through his first hurdle. We've seen the stuff coming out about Pogba. So yeah, you know what? Actually, before we touch on that, I just want to ask you guys this because I feel like it's been completely missed. What would you grade out of 10? How good would you rate Benzema's touch for his first goal against Switzerland? Do you both think he meant it? Because I do.
I do. I think he meant that, and I think it was marvelous, to be honest. Yeah, I think that just showed his quality and his ability and why he should be in that squad, man. Years at being at a high level club like Real Madrid, of course he meant that. Do you know what I mean? You can tell that he's done that a few times before, but it's just the timing and the way that it was appropriate at the time as well in order for him to get the shot off. Brilliant play from him, man. Happy for Karim still. Yeah,
I hear that. So what would you grade it out of 10? What would you rate it?
Ooh, I'll give it a strong 9.
Yeah, I agree. What are you saying, Janelle? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was behind him, right? It was going behind him.
Yeah, it was behind him, yeah.
He had to make it work. So whether he did it intentionally or not, it was still sick and it was good to watch. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rash. It was a 9 just because it wasn't fully intentionally, if that makes sense. It wasn't something he planned to do. He used the right, like the ball comes
instinct.
To you. That's my word. I was looking for instinct. So I'm gonna let him hold a knife for that as well. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, subtly, the point you just made there by it being instinct is a brilliant point because sometimes you can see the ball coming from a mile away and you're already planning the touch you want to do. And when you execute it how you want, that's when you're like, flipping hell. But sometimes it's just like, boom. You're just techie and you're just like, boom. He improvised. So
he improvised very well because as a defender, I don't get the chance to do those touches. But when it comes, I can't lie to you. I'm planning on doing something, but it does something else. Where I beat someone and I'm like, cool. You know what I mean? But I improvise that. Actually, sometimes it's all done in improvisation. You know what I mean? So
do you know what it reminded me of a little bit?
I know you know
when with Dennis Bergkamp, where they
better though.
Yeah, of course at Newcastle, but it was like the only thing he could do at that point because of the way the ball was coming to him. But he's got so much finesse that it worked well. That's why I was saying it was very appropriate for Benzema to do that at that time. You
Yes.
know what I'm trying to say? Because that's kind of the only thing that would have made it work.
Yeah.
And to have the intelligence to even say, do you know what, this is all I can do, so I'm gonna do it, and it come off. Excellent.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Perfectly said. Mbappe needed that comeback to reality. For me, he needs to leave PSG to go to the next level. I agree with that. He does. Big up Ed in the building saying Jadon Sancho is here. Let's go, baby. Yeah, United fans will be happy tonight. Big up Falak in the building saying, yo. Yeah, big up Falak. I'm so late, but hello, gentlemen. How are we? Have we gone over the whole is coming home? Yeah. Listen, Jalil hasn't said it yet. He's waiting. He's holding. He's holding the biz. He's holding the biz.
Big time.
He's holding the biz. Also, Switzerland were beautiful. I was so happy. Yeah, I know you were, obviously. But yeah, and by the way, Pogba is the best CM in the world. Now, let's talk about Pogba. Because obviously he's got a brilliant goal. I think he had a great game. But the third goal, Kimpembe takes a big chunk of the blame for that insane attempt of a tackle. But me as a midfielder, I have to put some blame on Pogba. For me, he asked for the ball from Benzema in the middle. He was showing like this, and he took a touch because he wasn't aware that they were manhandled him and lost it. Now, for me, he's got to get some semblance of blame for that, even though it's small. But what do you guys think? Am I being harsh? And I'm a Pogba lover, but am I being harsh with that?
Go on, Rush. I know you got something to say. I'll come after you.
Look, I saw him ask for the ball. He asked for it before it was given, though, as well. There was an opportunity for the ball to come to him at first, and it wasn't given. Yeah, and
Okay.
then it was given to him, and then he was overrun by the two attackers. Yeah, so I think if he had got the ball when he first called for it, yeah, that wouldn't have happened.
Taken a touch.
He could have taken a touch, and it would have gone a total different direction. But it was the actual delay, yeah, in passing it to him that put him in danger. And to be honest, you say it was Kimpembe? Who had the ball?
I did a slide tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean that passed it to him?
Yeah.
Benzema.
Okay, yeah. So to me, I think it was just if he could have seen not that, okay, that's not on anymore. Yeah, that ball's not on anymore. Yeah, and he shouldn't have played that ball because even I saw that ball wasn't on anymore because where the players were maybe 4 yards away from him, now they was 2. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, he called for it. Yeah, he lost the ball. The only thing that I think that he can be guilty of is that he didn't track back hard.
Yeah, well,
and that's it. And that's all I can say. He didn't track back the way that he should have. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And yeah, man, Pogba's amazing, man. Best player of the tournament, and like I don't care what anyone says, man. I don't care who's trying to blame him. Yeah, it's not his job to be a defender. Yeah, you're forgetting that they got 2 centre mids as well. They got where were they? All right, they got the defense, the whole back line of the defense too. Yeah, it's not his job, and it's not even like that. Okay, if he was running around like a flipping stallion, yeah, or a Kante, that it would have made any difference. Yeah, it would have helped, but would it really have stopped the goals when you've got the defensive midfielders there and you've got a defensive back line there that still couldn't stop it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't hold him responsible for the demise of France yesterday. They had a really good game. They had a chance to stand firm. Unfortunately, they didn't. Do you know what I mean? And Switzerland, they deserved it. I think Switzerland deserved it. The fight and the hunger that they showed in that game warranted that they won that game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Xhaka played the best I've ever seen the guy play. Do you know what I mean? And that's a credit to him. I think the best players on the pitch was Pogba and Xhaka. Do you know what I mean? And if Switzerland didn't get the win, Pogba would have definitely been man of the match. No questions asked. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So with everyone trying to put it on him and everything like that, everyone's forgetting. No, it's just because the way that the tide turned. You know what I mean? It was a toss up between the two. Switzerland got the job done in the end, and Xhaka deserved his flowers for his performance that he did and for him captaining his team to victory. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But Pogba was the outstanding player of the whole game.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think also what's funny is that I'm seeing a lot of revisionist history in the sense that you're seeing people saying that Pogba shouldn't have been dancing after the third goal. I mean, I get it, but I'm like, you've just scored a worldie to make it 3-1 with 15 minutes to go against the team you should clearly be winning against, and you're 2 goals up. Why can you have that little bit of a trust in your defense? Just say, you know what? I'm going to bust out a 10-second dance.
Listen, John. I've
Why
seen
not?
man them on a five-a-side game score worldies in the five-a-side match here, and they celebrate. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If this is a big stage, this is the Euros. He's playing for his national team. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Of course he's gonna celebrate. Why wouldn't you? You've got the whole crowd there who's there to really see you. They love Pogba more than anyone else in that team. Of course you're gonna do that. Yeah, you know
Exactly.
what Pogba thrives on. Of course he's gonna. And do you know what? I never look down on anyone for celebrating. Do you remember when Pepe celebrated for Arsenal against Norwich? Yeah. And everyone's like, all right. And I goes, why not? I said, why not? Let the boy. He scored a bad boy goal. You can't help it. You gotta celebrate. Celebrate your goal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because you might not get the flowers that you want from your fans or from the newspapers and all those things. So enjoy your moment. Those times don't come very much often. Do you know what I mean? So live in the moment. Do what you got to do when you succeed like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well said. And obviously, before I come to Jalil, felt like saying 100% agreed. Pogba has been brilliant, but Switzerland came to win. Mbappe, who?
Damn. She's in the building.
Yeah. These people that say he can't dance are clowns, man. Yeah, man. Listen, if there's a reason to hate Pogba, they will find it. And if there isn't a reason, they will still find it. The thing is, when France came out of the mindset that they will win, but when Switzerland started scoring, they realized they need to pick up and work a bit harder, and Switzerland were brilliant. Yeah, Switzerland were brilliant. So, yeah, Jalil, man, talk to me about the game. It was a crazy, crazy game, man. Like, just give me your thoughts, obviously. There's so much to be said.
I mean, just going back to that Pogba thing, was it his fault? I just want to ask a few questions because I took some notes. So I was going to ask a few questions to see.
Okay, here we go. Notes time, yeah.
In you boys' opinion, is Pogba a leader?
Oh.
Just be honest. Like, you can be honest. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go ahead and say it first. Yes, I think he's a leader, but you guys can have your opinion on it. I just wanted to get that before I make my judgment.
It's a great question. I'm generally 50-50. The only reason I'm 50-50 is because I've seen Pogba lead when they're drawing or winning.
Okay.
Sometimes when he's losing, he's almost got that air of the player because he knows how good he is. When they're losing and he sees other things around them messing up, he's got that type of, come on, man. Come on. And then I think he needs to work on that a bit. So that's why I can't give him 100% leader because obviously I don't want to mention his name, but Steven Gerrard, I've seen him do it at all times.
Fair enough.
And that's just one example. It's not just Steven Gerrard, you know. So yeah, that's my person. I'm 50-50. Go on, Rash.
In my opinion, in regards to Pogba, if this was like the army, Pogba will be a general's best fighter, best capo, best lieutenant, but he needs a general on the pitch as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I believe that he is the guy that the capo can rely on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? To bring out a great performance. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I don't think he can be the guy to be telling people what to do and everything like that, because that requires maximum effort all the time. In order to lead a team, you have to lead by example, and you've got to be consistently giving your 100%. Whether you're playing shit, whether you're playing good, whether it's hard, whether it's a tough game, whether it's an easy game, you got to be the one to say to the lads, come on, we're doing this, and I will show you. I will lead by example, and that's what you want as your capo. I think Pogba, he disappears too many times in a game, in a season. Do you know what I'm trying to say? His head will go. He might not be in it. He might be thinking of something else. I don't know. But you need that consistency from a capo and a leader. I just don't think he has the focus for it.
Yeah. Go on, Gino.
Was Pogba captain on that game?
No,
No.
Lloris was.
Luis.
Loris.
Luis. Ah, cool. And obviously, to the third goal, because this is what I want to concentrate on a bit, yeah? So he got the ball from Benzema and he lost it, right? After a few touches. For me, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like, it is his fault fully. As a midfielder and as someone who this is me. This is not you guys, because you guys already said that it doesn't need to be your 50-50. But I'm calling him a leader and I'm calling him captain. Especially when he does the team talks for after, for extra time, or when he done it for the World Cup, he was very passionate. And going back to what you said, John, it made sense. He only does the team talk when they're winning or they're drawing. I haven't actually seen it. So as a leader, I'm going to say it's his fault. You get the ball in the middle. You've seen Xavi do it. You've seen Pogba, Scholes do it. You've seen everyone get it. When the ball's there, look how small they shield. Pogba's the biggest guy. And in my opinion, I agree with what Ed said. 100% agree with what Ed said. He's the best CM we have today. I'll say that with my chest. He's the best CM I've seen, especially after this World Cup, playing against all these players in the group of death and doing the business. He's the best, right? So for that reason alone, it's his fault that went in. Yeah, we can blame other players in that, or they track back. He didn't track back as well. Normally, John, I've seen you play in midfield. If you lose the ball, which you hardly do, I've seen you fucking run. And it's only a kickabout, like Sunday League or whatever, it's only a kickabout. And I've seen you run back you'll have to depend on it. This is a tournament where you have to win. You've made a mistake. You put everything into running back and you go and get the ball back. For that reason, it's his fault. Having said that, he's still a bad boy, man. He's allowed to celebrate after a third goal, in my opinion, man. I'm never gonna say why could you celebrate. It was a banger as well. It's probably the best goal of the tournament. Why are you not going to dance to that? You want to record that, show that to your kids. He's got a few kids himself. So why would you not do that and say, "This is what I done. Look at the dance." Your dad was active. Did you get it? Like, so they're all haters, bro. They're all haters. They're all haters at the end of the day, man. But yeah, man. Everything that Rash said in regards to Switzerland, man, they deserved it as well, man. Got to echo what he said, even though I don't think he deserves a new contract, he shouldn't be here. Xhaka played out his fucking socks. It was a midfield battle between him and Pogba. They both showed up. It was very good to watch, and not one person was unentertained, I think, in my opinion, man. I don't really look at any of the other players, to be fair. Xhaka just won all the tackles, he's beaten Kante in a foot race and he's not been that fast. And it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me, but that's a true captain playing for his country, right? Yeah. Not saying that if we're talking about who won the battle, we've got to be real. Xhaka won the battle, bro. Like, you can't be doing all that and then tracking back and you're the slowest player on the pitch and doing the business. So Pogba's better, but Xhaka won the battle.
But you know what, Gino, yeah? Before I come to Rash, you know what that says about Xhaka winning the foot race with Kante? That shows that's all heart. That is 100%. All heart. That is saying, I am getting this ball. 100%. We might be losing 3-1, but I'm not going to stop until the final whistle is blown.
It's not ability, because we haven't seen that all season for Arsenal for the past 3-4 years. It's not ability. That was passion, and that was
pure passion.
Yeah, 100%.
Pure passion, man.
Yeah, I think in regards to that comment alone, Xhaka's heart has never ever been in question, and his passion has never been in question. He's always been a passionate player. He's always played with his full heart. Do you know what I mean? It's his lack of concentration sometimes and his hot-headedness that has put him in the bad books at Arsenal and with their fans. You know what I'm trying to say? But he's always played with his heart, and he speaks with his heart as well. His reactions to the Arsenal fans and everything like that, you can't tell me that weren't heart and emotions when he threw his top off at them. Do you know what I mean? He was pissed off. Do you know what I mean? And that shows that you play with your heart on your sleeve all the time. Do you know what I mean? And so I don't think that's ever been a question in regards to him. There was their striker as well, though, who banged in 2 of the goals, who got 2 for
Seferovic.
Yeah, brilliant game by him. Yeah, brilliant. Towering headers. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He got 2 headers, didn't he? Both of them, and both of them was amazing. I can't remember who put the ball in as well for the first one. Can't even remember who it was, but that ball was so quality. Like the way it was whipped in exactly to where it needed to be, and the determination of Seferovic to out jump, like the movement. The movement to get in between Kimpembe and Varane there and get in there was brilliant. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
And you know what, Rash, sorry to cut you off, but as much as I absolutely adore tiki-taka football, but there's still not something quite like someone whipping in an absolute brilliant cross and someone headering it. Like that's still
in the
one of the
head, yeah.
sweetest goals.
It's brilliant.
Mbembe, not Mbappe. Mbembe.
You meant Mbappe.
Mbappe. I even stepped it up this time. I even stepped it up this time.
Yeah. Bruv, like you just said, man, when someone whips the ball in and that person times it well, towering over another defender, getting it past the keeper, and miss when the keeper dives as well, and they just can't get it. You just love that shit. You're just like, yeah, that was a sick goal. And when he did it twice, I was like, nah, these goals are quality. Like I love that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Pavard needs to lay off the crack because man, that challenge that he did,
I forgot that.
Yeah. Like, because it was a pen, wasn't it? Was it a pen?
Yeah, he gave a pen.
Yeah, he gave away the penalty, bruv. Like, that was crazy shit. Like, he totally missed the ball and wiped the player out afterwards. And I thought the referee wasn't even going to give it at first because he didn't even blow his whistle, did he? Yeah, they had to come. Didn't they have to come back to it? Didn't they?
They had to double check it. Yeah, they had to double check it.
VAR had to come back to it, and I was just like, bro, he totally WWF'd my man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, like I don't know what he was smoking, man. And he needs to lay off whatever it is anyway, man, because he had a horrid game. And like you said, I don't think we'll be seeing him. I don't think we'll be seeing him in the next 6 to 10 games for France, to be honest, because that game alone was a big stain on his name. But if we're talking about stain on the names, Kylian Mbappe, you know, I'm a big fan of Kylian. Every time he touches the ball, I'm like, Kylian, go on, Kylian. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I've heard things throughout this whole tournament, and I've been powering it because, you know, I love to support my black guys, you know what I'm trying to say? So when I hear people talking, oh yeah, he's got an attitude problem, he's got an ego problem, I'm like, you lot always say black players have an ego problem. You lot always say black players have an attitude problem. But you kind of, do you know when I saw it? And it was right at the end. It was when he missed the penalty. And he walked away straight off that pitch, and he walked towards the tunnel, and the tunnel gate was shut. He couldn't go anywhere, but he didn't put his head down. He didn't apologize to no one. He didn't show the remorse or the care that you think someone should. He showed that my pride's hurt, and the first thing I need to do is disappear. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
you know what I mean, that was when I thought, there's an ego here. There is an ego here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? His performances as well in this tournament have not been, well, him not getting a goal, I mean, that's unheard of. Do you know what I mean? That game against Switzerland, I was saying it all through the chat. Jalil will be able to back me up. I was saying they need to take him off. He needs to come off. He's having a poor game. This is the worst I've seen him play. He needs to come off the pitch. He's having a mazon. When he stepped up to take that pen, I even said to him, I said, he's missing this one. It's not going in. And you know what I mean? And lo and behold, do you know what I mean? I knew it would be him. I just knew it would be him. And it's unfortunate, but you know what? It's better that it happens to him while he's young. Do you know what I mean? Because it will give him character. Do you know what I mean? It will give him a bit of a reason to keep striving, because you know what? We're seeing Kylian Mbappe has been at a high level for ages, but to me, he hasn't advanced from the high level that he's been. This will make him probably work a little bit more on his game, a little bit more on his attitude, determination, grit. Do you know what I mean? Show a little bit of fight if he can come back, and it gives him a reason to prove doubters wrong, because he's never had doubters. Do you know what I mean? This is a make or break moment for the kid, and he's young enough, he's talented enough, and he's got like the ability to come back from it. It's just whether his mentality is going to show that. Do you know what I mean? Eat a bit of humble pie. Do you know what I mean? Apologize to the man then. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I heard he was having a hard time in the change room and no one consoled him. But the fact that I heard no one consoled him showed that, the man them were kind of pissed off with him. And why wouldn't you console like the youngest player on your team? Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you do that? So
Yeah.
it stinks of, well, we've kind of had enough of him, and you know what? It was kind of like, you see, you get me.
Mm.
It's a
Yeah.
lesson, a lesson moment. So, um, yeah, man, he's gonna come back from it. I've got 100% faith in him because, like Jeff was saying, after Messi and Ronaldo, it's Mbappe and Neymar. I personally choose Neymar. Neymar's been my favorite for a while. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, I think
I agree.
he's miles above the rest of them. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? So with a good bit of talking to and character building, I think he'll bounce back and he'll bounce back terrifically as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't
Well
worry, kid.
said.
Don't worry.
Well said. Go on, Gino.
Quick one. How many goals did Mbappe get this tournament?
0.
None.
How many assists did he get?
Maybe 1 or 2.
I think he got one. He got one. He got the Benzema assist, but that
He got
was
the
a poor,
Benzema
that was
assist.
a poor
but
pass.
That was a poor pass. That was a poor pass. That's why we rated the assist.
Yeah.
That's why we rated the touch 9 out of 10.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my thing is, then I'm gonna have to agree with you boys. Mbappe had a poor tournament because you need. I hate to say it. I hate to be the guy. But you need numbers.
Be that guy.
No, sometimes you need numbers. I know it's
Yeah,
not about
yeah.
numbers.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Facts. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
You're right.
You look attractive on the ball. Mbappe looks sick. He would beat Hummels. You know that game against Germany. He beats people. A lot of players could do that though. Iwobi was doing that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to be that guy.
Shout out to Iwobi. You get me?
Shout out to my brother Iwobi. Yeah.
Shout out to Wembley. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Made it in here.
But there's no with Iwobi will do the same thing. He looks good. He looks fresh. He does it. But there's no end product. Is it because Mbappe is younger? He looks better on the ball, 10 times better on the ball than Iwobi. He's getting that allowance because, in my opinion, he shouldn't be killed because we know what he's going to be in the next 5 years. Yeah, he's going to be up there. Once Messi and Ronaldo go, it'll be him, Haaland, and Neymar still be about. Do you know what I mean? It'll probably be them three batting out for these Ballon d'Ors and that. Do you know what I mean? Does Mbappe stay at PSG or does he need to leave for him to achieve what the next steps are? Like, let's be real. You can carry on achieving, the League One. Sorry, but does he need to go to, like, let's say for example, Real Madrid, win the Champions League, win the league and stuff, or can he stay at PSG and can we still rate him highly in 5 years? That's my question.
He has to leave PSG. He has to leave PSG, in my opinion.
I think it will be great for him to leave PSG because at PSG he's very comfortable. He's king. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And sometimes, sometimes you need to go somewhere where you're a bit uncomfortable. It reminds me of a young Nicolas Anelka. Yeah. Do you remember when Nicolas Anelka came through at PSG? Yeah. And he and what the reason what I say about this is that Nicolas thought he was the man before he was even the man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And he had a real big I'd say ego thing going on over there in France. Do you know what I mean? Before Arsenal bring him over to England to play for Arsenal. Sometimes you gotta go somewhere else and struggle. You know what I mean? Struggle for a little bit. Struggle for the first opening half of your season. Do you know what I mean? Struggle against playing in a different atmosphere against a different caliber of players in a whole different league. Do you know what I mean? You got to do that sometimes just to build the person who you are. Do you know what I mean? So I think a move from PSG will make him into a much better player. Does he have to move? It depends on who PSG bring in. Because if PSG do the signings that we think that they're going to do this season and invest the money that we think they're going to do, they could be the Champions League winners this season coming. Do you know what I mean? So he could win it there. Do you know what I mean? And he could have everything that he's ever wanted right there. But does he need to become a better player? I think so. I think every player needs to do that. I even think Messi needed to do that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And you can even see in Messi's ending years that he's not trying as hard as he knows that he should. But if he went to another place where people are expecting him to perform because he's built that sort of name for him, I think we would have seen that. We would have seen a stronger Messi even up to now. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, well said, very well said, and great question. Great question. I personally do think he needs to leave. I think he will leave. It's just a case of when, and it'll be very interesting to see where he goes to because if he goes Madrid, we know what comes with Madrid. So Dan's been booed, R9's been booed, CR7's been booed. Don't think you're going to be exempt from it. Nobody is at Madrid. So it's good to go through this because there's going to be more to come at other places. But yeah, let me read some of the comments. Big up RX saying France needed Vangelil at the back. Jeez, Vangelil. Hey, telling you, man, they need to van anyone. Big up Kamar. Hope you're feeling better, my bro. Saying Mbappe didn't have a great tournament, but let's talk about the French defense. Complete awful, especially the fullback. Yeah, man, we touched on them quickly, maybe not as long as we should have, but yeah, they were terrible. Every single one of them. Pavard, awful. Rabiot, not good. Varane, poor. And Kempembe, shambolic. And Longley. Let's not forget Longley as well. He was terrible as well coming in. Before he took the pen, I said to my sister, he has to score. He's getting a pay cut. And when he missed, I screamed, he's getting a pay cut. Hey, trying to take away man's money. All right, that's harsh. Hey,
Typical.
Hey, Salah and Mane are better than huh?
Hey.
Huh?
See, you always gotta come talking this
You
weird
always
shit,
go,
man.
yeah, man. Always, man. Come on, man.
My guy.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Listen, let's not, yeah, man. Let's not even talk about that. That's a bit mad. I can't lie. Mbappe needs the numbers because everyone expects so much from him, so he needs to keep up the reputation. The PSG journey is over.
That's my point. The numbers thing, he has to get numbers because if you're just going to play good, it's not going to get you anywhere. If you have numbers, it backs you up. I'm just saying.
Yeah. This Lamps guy, you can tell he grew up playing cricket. That's no joke, man. Literally played cricket in primary and wants to talk football. Hey, listen, you and RX sold out between yourselves in the chat. Yeah, man, just don't get too personal on the live, innit? Because obviously, yeah, expose him, man. Obviously, everyone's having a good laugh still. But yeah, man, listen. That was let's wrap it up. Obviously, we're back on Friday, but let's do a quick, just very quick look ahead to the quarterfinals. So I'm gonna just list out each of the games, and I want you guys to give me a winner quickly. It's funny because before the last 16 games, our tournament ladder in terms of our prediction was looking great. We were looking like geniuses, and after the last 16 ladder, we're looking like absolute fools. So it just shows. But that's how it goes. But yeah, all right. So Belgium, Italy. And just a quick disclaimer, as I said, De Bruyne is out and Hazard is out too. Wait, hold on. Apparently I missed a comment from Falak. Sorry, yeah. Part of me thought the pressure of going last for the penalty at such a young age can be a lot. However, like Rash said, there was no remorse. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. And you know what, Falak? That's a great point. I almost feel like Mbappe asked to be fifth penalty taker in the hope that hopefully the penalties are over before it comes to me.
Or the fact that he wanted to get the winner one.
Be the hero.
Well, Ronaldo usually does.
Yeah, Ronaldo does that as well. Ronaldo does that as well. I can't lie. Yeah. But yeah, so Belgium, Italy, De Bruyne and Hazard both out. Who we got?
You say Belgium and Italy?
Yeah.
Italy.
Okay. Rash?
Yeah, I think Italy's got it.
Yeah. I think Lukaku's going to turn up, though, against the defenders he knows very well, but he's going to need some help from someone, and maybe Forgan Hazard can do another madness, but let's see. Where's the other one? Czech Republic, Denmark.
Difficult, man. I'm just gonna go with it. For me, Czech Republic.
Okay, Rush.
I want to go with Denmark, just based on their determination, especially the way that they won their last game. I think they've got the edge.
Yeah, they smashed Wales. And then Spain against Switzerland.
Switzerland for me. Masterclass.
Ooh. Okay, another masterclass, yeah? Okay. Can't believe you're saying those words. And then Rash, who you got? Spain or Switzerland?
Look, man, my normal circumstances would have said Spain, but I don't think Spain had a good game. Their last game, I think they got a good result. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I think once one goal went in, the rest of them just happened to follow, and I think that was more to their opposition capitulating more than their ability, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, look, if Switzerland played with any of the heart that they played against France, it's them all day.
Okay, so you're going Switzerland as well, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Spain just because I think Switzerland might struggle more against Spain's system. But if Switzerland won, I wouldn't be shocked. Would not be shocked in the slightest. And then obviously, last but not least, England, Ukraine.
Shevchenko! Listen. I just want to say, look, it's never an easy thing with England because look, remember they had Iceland and we was like, yeah, Iceland, and then they're gonna get to you know what I'm trying to say, and then do you know what I mean? So I'm not just gonna say England just because they're playing a team that we know is many degrees lesser than them. However, yeah, I think England will do it.
Yeah,
I think I don't want people to look at the path like we looked at Iceland because we all fell because we all look at our opponents, but we look at our ability as a team. Yes, I'm going to say we're better than them, but it's been working this far, and it shouldn't. And people have said it. Many people said it. It shouldn't have worked against Germany, but it worked. So I'm gonna go with England again.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with England as well. I think they'll beat Ukraine. And I think they're going to set up a semi-final clash with Denmark at Wembley in front of 60,000, which I think is actually going to be a very good game of football because Denmark are better than I thought. I didn't really know much about them beforehand, but they've impressed me. Ed saying I have a bad feeling Ukraine are going to win.
Look, shout out to Shevchenko though, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
The managerial job at the Ukraine, and he's done well, man. He's got them further than they have ever been in the tournament. So yeah. Big up Chevy, you get me? The man there was at Chelsea stealing a living just by being brethren with the owner. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Top gangsters. Top gangsters.
No, big up Sheva still. One of my favorite strikers growing up. Big up Sheva, man. It would be typical for England to lose to Ukraine, in all honesty, from TOG. Yeah, listen, it would be, but hey, hopefully England will have some hope. The game is in Rome. So let's see how it goes. At the moment, all roads are pointing to an England-Italy final, which for me personally would be very funny. But yeah, so yeah, that pretty much wraps it up from us. Great show, very good show. Looking back at some of the games, there was so much to talk about. We didn't even get to touch on some of the other stuff like Portugal going out and all things like that. But we got to talk about what we wanted to talk about, and hopefully everyone enjoyed it. So yeah, people, make sure to smash the likes as it says on the screen. We got the new banner there at the bottom, so make sure to do that and subscribe if you're new. Almost on 250 subscribers. Let's try and get to 300 ASAP and 500 end of the year. That's our goal. And as Ed says, F Portugal Jokers. Yeah, that's why Ed's not on today. And big up TOG saying great show as usual. Keep it going, 100%, man. And hey, people, go subscribe to him. As soon as the Euros are over, the focus, we know where it is, back on transfers and back on Arsenal. So that content's going to be coming. And a message to Shaka, just because of that one game, don't think you're not going to be on my sell list. But maybe you won't be on some others, isn't it? So but big up to Shaka. Well, big up to Shaka. But big up to Shaka, man of the match for sure. Big up to him. And yeah, so that's it from us. Obviously, Rash, just some quick rounding up words before we leave.
Yeah, so thank you for the moment. Look, again, we have to keep it consistent. What's happening over in Palestine, it's atrocious. We got what's happening now in East Jerusalem, in the place called Silwan, where Israel are planning to demolish the homes of over 1,500 people so that they can build a theme park. 1,500 people are going to lose their homes, and the international community are not doing anything about it. This is a war crime amongst many war crimes that they have been doing. But this is about people who's lived in them homes for generations not having anywhere to live. Yeah, elderly, women, children. Forget the men, because men find a way to survive. But even they have a right to have a home, especially when it's been theirs. It is their place. Okay. Not only have they lost their homes to people just moving into their homes and saying we have a right to be here. And if it wasn't us, if it wasn't me, it will be someone else. But now they're losing their homes for mere entertainment and enjoyment for a theme park. This is beyond evil. Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys spread the awareness, keep the pressure up, free Palestine.
yeah. Well said, man. Free Palestine. That's the message. And as Rash highlighted, man, it just never stops. You never think it could get any worse, and it always does. So that's why awareness is very important. Even if you make one more person aware, that's still one person closer. So yeah, man, that's it from us. We're gonna be back on Friday, people. Make sure to enjoy your evening and the next couple of days and stay positive. We'll see you on Friday. Peace and love. Peace.
Salam. Yeah.